Now let's move to special advantages. Now, Daggerfall has these advantages and disadvantages, and they're really what make playing different characters interesting. Okay? These are more than just things that change numbers. They actually make a huge difference in the way that you play Daggerfall. And you'll see more of that when I go through a disadvantages list. But for now, let's see what advantages are available to us. Oh, athleticism. He is athletic after all. This makes sense. I actually have no idea what this does, but hey, it's an RP. Okay, he has expertise in Longblade, right there. So I think this improves his chance to hit. Immunity. So this one's interesting. After being paralyzed in his childhood, he saw the need to train himself to resist it better. So that's what he did. He developed an immunity to paralysis. Okay. Increased Matry. So this one's important for any character in Daggerfall who uses magic. The reason for that is, by default, the number of spell points that you get is equal to half of your intelligence. This is not enough to cast spells in Daggerfall. And if Tryst has the Restoration School to heal himself and heal other people, he needs more spell points. And he has studied magic. Not a lot, but he does know it. So I'm going to give him a bonus in spell points. Because that makes sense. Apart from that, Adrenaline Rush. Yeah, I don't really know what that does. It might be fun. Yeah, why not? Okay. So that's good. Those are Tryst's advantages. The special disadvantages. Alright. So, he doesn't believe in practicing magic out in the open. In fact, it really affects his confidence when he thinks that other people might be watching him. He doesn't feel sure of himself. So, he only ever uses it when he's in a dungeon or indoors, somewhere away from the prying eyes of other rival people seeking the nobility. So he has a lower magic ability in Daylight. What else? Yeah. Forbidden weaponry. He doesn't believe in using big, bulky weapons because he's a fast hitter. So he doesn't use axes. And he also doesn't use blunt weapons. In addition, he can't use tower shields. Because these are all heavy things, and these would all just slow him down. It doesn't really make sense for him to ever want to use them. Or be able to use them well at all. And otherwise, he has low tolerance to disease because of his experience in his childhood. Those potions did take a toll on him, and they did affect him in terms of giving him a lot of low tolerances to various conditions. In fact, I might even say he has a critical weakness to magic. And I'm probably going to hate myself for doing this later. But that's what it is. Critical weakness to disease. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe not. maybe we'll just stick with a low tolerance to disease. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Now, in addition to the special disadvantages here, there's one more that I can't put into the game. But it's a role-playing thing. There's a special disadvantage where any potion he comes across, he has to drink it immediately. And the reason for that, as far as he knows, it's just an impulse that comes over him. And it started right after his incident where he was experimented on. And he can't help himself. He just does that. Now, will he be able to cure himself of that? I don't really know. But I guess we'll see what happens throughout the LP. So this will give me a bit of an extra challenge, I think. I think that'll help me balance the fact that I've already played this before and I have a bit of experience with it. So the final thing... actually, there's another thing first. So reputations. He wants to help the peasants as much as he can. Whoa, what happened there? Alright, whatever. So he's already liked by the peasants. He believes in doing things in the open when he can. And as a result, he isn't really liked by the underworld. And I think there would be some nobility who see him as a bit of a threat. Apart from that, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, some nobility who just don't like his way of thinking. You know, peasants are below the nobility. That's the mainstream thought there. And here comes Tryst with his radical idea of, treating peasants well. So they don't like that. That's a threat to their way of living. Not all of them, but it does affect some of them. And the final thing I'm going to do before I exit the screen is I'm going to adjust this bar here. Now, I'm just going to summarize here that the higher this sword is, if it's all the way up here, the harder it is to gain levels and advance in the game. And the lower it is down here, the easier it is to gain levels. Now, this is affected by the advantages and disadvantages I selected. You may have noticed that as I was choosing them, this would move around a lot. What I want is to have it somewhere in the middle. And the reason for that is, if it's all the way down here, that means I'm probably at such a disadvantage that I'm going to have a hard time fighting enemies. Whereas if it's up here, it might be easier to fight enemies, but I'm never going to level up, and that's going to affect my ability to proceed with certain quests. So I'm just going to bring it, right there, right in the middle. That's a nice, comfortable spot. And okay, we're done. Okay, generating the character's background. So I can do this automatically, or I can answer questions. Figure out what kind of reputation my character has with people and what the starting items are and that kind of thing. And I'm going to answer questions, because I'd like to RP that. Alright, you have a certain degree of training with long blade weapons. What thieving skill have you been studying the longest? Well, he's not really a thieving type. I guess Daggerfall chooses random questions or something. Anyway, so Tryst really isn't a thief. But if I had to pick one of these, I'd say dodging. Yeah, why not? What motivates you into a life of adventure? Well, he wants to help the common folk. Your preferred criminal method. Oh dear. Well, that's not the kind of character I'm trying to play. But, alright, let's see. Cat burglary. Yeah, he's not... He wouldn't do that. Except maybe with nobles, but even then. Steal from the rich, give to the poor. Nah. Mugging, not his thing. Pickpocketing, not his thing either. Swindling. I might see that happening in some cases. Or, arguably if he's talking to a noble and he wants them to treat peasants better or something, he might try to talk his way through it and disappear shortly after. Well, I don't know. Smuggling, no. Bank robbing, no. Swindling. It's the closest fit. Given your choice of reward, you would most likely choose 200 gold pieces, an ebony dagger, an interesting book, a ruby, a silver staff, or an amulet. I think Tryst would want something that would advance his status. An amulet, a fancy amulet might make a noble have a better impression of him. So I'm going to choose that one. One of the most important survival skills you picked up was how to mend simple wounds, ingratiate yourself, boss people around, haggle with merchants, or fight with a knife. I think mending simple wounds, because he fights a lot, so it makes sense that he would know that from his training. You were an active child, blank than anyone else your age. Faster, sneakier, a better climber, a better swimmer, or a better brawler. I think faster fits in with the character concept best. You can get most of the things you want by stealing from, well, he's not a thief, so he wouldn't steal. At least not normally. Rich nobles, scholar types, established temples, diversified merchants. Well, here's the thing. If there was someone he was wanting to get something from, it'd be status, and it would be from rich nobles. He would try to steal status. So I would say rich nobles. The one skill you could not work without must be lockpicking. These are random questions. Pickpocketing, stealthy movement, dodging, climbing, or backstabbing. Again, I think I have to go with dodging. As a child, your nickname was... Rabbit, Guppy, Quicksilver, Scrapper, Monkey. Well, rabbits are supposed to be fast, so Rabbit, I guess, makes sense. If he was faster than anyone else's age. What god, if any, do you worship? Where's Kinnereth? There we go. Your frail health as a child. Yeah, he definitely had that happen to him. Has made you less resistant to... Which was our critical weakness? Oh, I don't remember. I think it was magic. And your reputation your reputation has changed as follows. Commoners higher and everyone else unchanged. Nice. Name thyself, Tryst. Oh, and choose my face. Let's see here. Okay, he looks pretty angry. Season, he's a bit younger than that. Looks like gray, but it could be black hair. No, he's not really a goatee kind of person. I don't think. Yeah, I don't really like that one. Headband, no. Eye patch. I kind of want to do that. Let's see what else there is. Everyone else. So it's either this one or this one. He looks kind of angry, but I don't envision Tryst having or being big on the facial hair. I think I'm gonna pick this face. Okay. So at this point, I get to distribute some more points into my attributes. I guess this is like a level up to level 1. So let's see here. I can re-roll the die and hopefully get a better spread of points in here. I'll bring intelligence up a bit, I think. Agility. Yeah, that changes the modifier if I bring it up to the nearest 10. Speed. Not sure if that does anything, but I'll do it. And, let's dump the rest into luck. Okay. Oh, and I get some skill points too. Let's see. Let's start up here. Longblade, running, or restoration. I think he would have a lot of training in Longblade. And he'd be familiar enough with restoration. I'll bring it up to the same one as running. Major skills, climbing, archery, swimming. I think he'd have spent enough time practicing with a bow and fighting training wherever he trained. And minor skills. Destruction is currently the lowest skill here. I don't think that's right because he studied destruction a bit more than that. So I'm just going to dump all those points in there. Okay. Player reflexes. Overall speed of the game. Very high reflexes will mean everything's fast. Very low. I think average is fine. And this is it. This is the whole character. Let's get started.